Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be finally completing the Lego tower in the Lego City and taking a look at the two buildings I've constructed to put on top. Now you can see the Lego Museum at the minute is quite empty. It's very plain, there's nothing really inside the building, though right at the front we have this cool little balcony here with 5 of the brick minifigures I've created at the builder minifigure stations, and you can see the two new ones I've got here just at the front on the left that are quite nice to have gotten because it means I've got the 5. I can sort of stagger them on this balcony, and these will be overlooking the Lego store, or at least the crowds out the front of the store. So that'll be quite nice to have in my city. Again, they've all got glasses except for the unicorn, which is just a cool fascinating headpiece, so I thought I'd include that on the minifigure that I got at the builder minifigure station. Other than the plain interior, it does look quite nice on the outside. You've got a vent or sort of an air conditioning unit, and most of this is all masonry bricked out because I went with quite a modern look on the bottom, so thought it'd look quite nice to have all the bricks showing on top, get that modern feel continued. And you can see at the back the bricks are sort of the wrong way round for the outside, but that's so from the inside at the front you can see the bricks just on the back there. And of course it does mean the side bricks are sort of the other way round, but I just wanted to have a few bricks inward facing and you don't see the back or the right side of it, so I've made it sort of symmetrical. You can see the bricks are facing outwards on this right hand side, and this is going to be up against the aquarium most likely, so you won't really see this side, though there is a chance this is the same level that the farm is. I'm sort of working out the heights now. I've got that lo-fi building in the cliff. This might be where the farm is, but I just have to play around and see for myself where these bricks fall. But I think this is quite a nice floor. You've got these window panes sort of flipped for the outside just so you can get the brickmen in. Some nice long windows at the front, and there's also a door so that people can access the balcony. They're not just trapped out there, or perhaps they are. Perhaps they're statues on the front of the house, which again would be quite cool. They are quite lifelike for Lego figures, but perhaps that's the effect that they want to do. They're like Lego wax sculptures or something, but I still need to add sort of an interior to it. I might build some sets throughout the years, sort of old theme sets and sort of the big UCS and Disney castle size sets, so that will flush it out quite nicely. Of course, we've got the door at the front, so there can't be much on this side, but I could put something. Perhaps this could be where the gold brick goes that I got from one of my bricklink orders, but it does look quite nice. There's quite a bit of space inside to get a load of models, even a little table in the middle with some of the larger models on. I'll be working on that in the future, or perhaps it's even somewhere I can put some of the more Christmas advent calendar size builds, as I think that'll look pretty cool. I can get some Star Wars, Marvel, Harry Potter ones in there and just deck it out with sets that I probably have the life size of somewhere else. And now on to the top of the building. You might remember a few pab cups ago, many pab cups ago, I picked up some of these chairs and said I was going to make a roof out of it. Well, this is the roof. I've made it sort of this bedroom attic sized place, and you can see there's some bricks and interesting patterns on the side. I got a brown brick in there with some mason bricks up the middle and some of these other modified bricks to the side, and given it these slopes off the roof, just really used my creativity and ran with it for this roof design. And the top is a nice stripy pattern which matches the colours of the side. But these brown chairs have really flushed out the roof well. They're connected by hinge pieces on the inside. I'll try and show you in a minute, but I've also then included the gap here, and you can see there's Emmett with his headphones on, and he's got a bright yellow box or a bag. Perhaps he's building his own Lego set. You can see all the pieces sorted by colour, which personally I'd sort them by size, but I'll leave Emmett alone. He can do what he wants. And you've also got these shrubs in the window. It's Halloween coming on to winter, so none of them are grown and they're sort of going to twig out for the rest of the year, but perhaps next year he might grow some flowers on them if I remember they're there. And the fact that he's building Lego above the museum, which is above the double-story Lego store, I think it just goes really well. It's sort of its own Lego tower. You've got the sitcom tower in the corner of the city, the Lego tower, and then you've got sort of the animal tower next door. they're all very heavily themed, so I have to continue that across to my last two. And we will be taking a look at the city, placing these in. But before I crack this open and take a look at how I've done the seats and put this inside, on the bottom you can see there is a little ladder so that you can sort of access it from the museum. And I haven't really included, I mean, there's stairs on the first two floors of this tower. You've got the Lego store, so obviously customers need somehow to get to the second store, but then you just sort of teleport to the next floor. So I wanted the final floor to have a little ladder, and I don't know how I can exactly get into it. It's not exactly made for breaking apart, but I'll try and get the roof off just so you can see how I've connected the chairs to the side. And it's not too hard to break apart. You just got to sort of tear apart the walls there and the next side falls off. But hopefully you can see just inside, I've used two jumper plates to offset the stud, and I've just got them gripped to this stack of chairs, which is 2 bricks full. You can see they've actually put the brown bricks on the inside so that when you're looking through the window, it doesn't look that weird, and you've still got the roof as it looks on the outside. Of course, this polishes off the top so you don't have the brown on top and you can't see the chairs. But these are really nice pieces for tiles. It'd be nice if they ever use these in a more modular set or one of the more 18+ sets, and we'll actually get a half chair piece, which not only would be interesting to create different colour combinations of chairs, but also would allow us to offset these by one stud and just have the tiles in the middle of each other every other row, which would be very interesting, though it'd probably only come in the colour of that roof. So hopefully that's a brown roof. If it's colourful, then it can't really be used elsewhere. But I'm really happy with this building technique. This is exactly what I wanted to do with the chairs when I picked them up, and it's not all that hard to clip them in because the roof goes on last, so you can get a hand in there and just clip the hinges to the jumper plates and then angle them yourself. You could have a steeper roof, a more shallow roof if you'd like, but I angled them like this so that these slope pieces mostly cover up the side. Of course, if you wanted it really to be flush, you could just add this one, move it one forward, but the gaps don't bother me too much, especially when you've got so much other detail distracting like the roof. And before I put the roof on, you can just see Emmett's got his own little table there. I was going to shelf it out, but because you can only really see that when you look in, I've sort of left the rest just to be empty space. Perhaps he's starting a Lego collection there, but he's listening to his music whilst building, and I think that just looks really great to add to the city. And you might not be able to see it from every angle, but it's one of them things that I know is there, and that's sort of good enough for me. Same with this building. You're not going to be able to see the interiors from outside, especially when they're stacked in their tower, but as long as we know it's there, it makes it well worth it and just gives it a bit more life, because you know there's so many stories going on in these windows and in these buildings that you won't see from the outside. So let's get these into the Lego City and just see what else has changed since last time. And so as you can see, not only do we have the new Lego tower, the balcony and the brick builder up the top there, you can also see the new lo-fi addition to the city with Lo-Fi Girl and the cat in the window. And I'm still looking for them 8x8 panels down there just next to the 2 Luke Skywalkers, and Jack's still chilling with the witch. But the city's really starting to come together. You can see it almost reaches the top. I think actually it does look a bit lower than the wall, so I have to see, maybe I can extend the top bit and add a little rim around the bottom, but it does look really cool. And that is the Lego tower complete, at least for now. I might update it, and I'm definitely going to add an interior to the museum, but I've also got the Big Bang Theory flat to add to the top, and then I'll probably, before I even start work on the Big Bang Theory, start working on the aquarium there. You can see the base plate's been moved, it's ready to be added down. Well, the aquarium isn't, but I am ready to start building it. And actually the Lego store is offset by 2 studs. I need to fix that by the next update. And you can also see at the front here, I have added the Sentinel Wolverine here. It busies it a bit. I mean, the Sentinel's just knocked over this poor guy just cycling along, but it does look really cool in the city. You can see the Sentinel is 2 heights. It's the height of the Lego store there, and it just looks really cool to have this battle going on as well as everything else. You've got the skeleton driving, the zombie underneath, You've got this creature from the Dreams line attacking this bicycle here. You've also got Matteo and Z-Blob coming to the rescue. You've got the garbage truck, which does function quite nicely. And you've even got the cyclist over there who's going way too fast and has launched himself off the speed bump. So it looks very nice. I'm very happy with how it's coming along, and I just can't wait to build the next tower. Well, at least once I recenter the Lego one, but that is all the additions to my city as of recently. I hope you're enjoying it. Do drop a like if you like how the city looks, and stay tuned for more updates. You might as well subscribe if you're coming back for these videos. So I'll see you next time, and may the bricks be with you always.